It was weird, man. But apparently the PlayStation, what are we on now? PlayStation 4 or 5? Which PlayStation are we at? PlayStation 5. Okay, so apparently PS5 was pretty good with the game. It felt very optimized from what I've heard. Well, yeah, I think they said, or there was, like, speculation that it was just made for console and then ported to PC. But, like, I feel like most games should just be PC-oriented anyways, because, like, do you really think there's more console gamers than computer gamers, right? Type of deal? It's weird, man. It's like you're missing a whole market when you kind of develop something for just console, but then, like, just afterthought, oh, it'd be good on PC. Feels like you're missing a whole market, you know? I need to push this out. Wow. That was, a very bizarre... That was a pretty goofy hook. The heck? I thought I would be tanking it. I kind of just wanted to because I had W. Franchises are privatizes on consoles. It's all business. Yeah. I just feel like more people, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just so out of the loop with console gaming that, like... Nice. I don't know if he actually beats him, does he? He's got full conquer. I don't think it's enough. It's okay. Well, there's nothing really to play for variety. I mean, I've got Darktide. The thing about Darktide, though, is it's very, like, I like the story-driven games. So maybe, I might wait for, like, Dead Space. Oh, he's actually very strong with, starting item. I'm down to fuck with story-driven games that are kind of a one and done. I don't want baggage with my gaming. Because I already play League, which is enough baggage, and then I do Warhammer, which is baggage, so, like, I don't want to be bound to a game for more than maybe 1 to 2 playthroughs, you know? It's just, a little too much. Oh, it does a lot of damage. Still not 6. Kind of been fighting a lot mid. If I can get 6, I could probably solo him, because he had a whole level on me. I've already got boots at 8 minutes, like, it kinda goes to show you how fucked this game is. A lot of fighting. I think we win this, no? Well, I don't really know what's going on. We'll see about Dark Tide. I probably won't play games off stream, to be honest. There's no point. I don't think gaming is really a hobby for me anymore. I think it's more of just, you know, like, I'll periodically play games off stream, like 1 or 2 maybe in a day. Sometimes, but not, like, always, you know? Because if you're playing games for, like, 9 hours a day, realistically, if you work in gaming, and that's all you do for a living, it's like, you know, you kind of have to, like, do life in the meantime. Life is usually a thing. You can't really neglect too much. Kind of in a bad spot. Bum bum bum. Where's the crit cloak? Am I blind? Well, they got him. Darktide's interesting. I don't know, man. You need a pretty good PC to stream these games. Like, I think streaming League is kind of easy, but like streaming Darktide or streaming any of these kind of more demanding games, it really fucks up your PC. And you also need good internet as well for like the bitrate and everything. In a perfect world, you need a good rig, yeah. Streaming made gaming less enjoyable? Not necessarily. Maybe just like games not really being my thing anymore. Like, it's mainly the content of the game that intrigues me. And it's been quite a few years since I've really had a title that has come out that's really, like, made me want to play it, you know? Like the Callisto Protocol, Warhammer Space Marine, stuff like that. They've all been, oh, nice. Dead Space Remake, that's something I'll play. Unfortunately, there's a little bit more help for their mid laner than mine, so it's a little bit rough. Well, yeah, there's a lot of good old games, but not new ones. Yeah, I know. For sure. But again, it's like the content, right? You know what? I think my favorite game of all time, not of all time, but like in the last 10 years maybe, was probably Warhammer Total War. I think that was like the perfect game for me. Content, phenomenal. Gameplay, phenomenal. It was just everything I kind of enjoy. It was also an RTS, which is not really a thing anymore. Like, sure, they exist, but they're not really the cream of the crop like they once were. Mortal Kombat's fine. Like, Injustice, Mortal Kombat, yeah, they're good, but I think Warhammer Total War was just, like, not only good, it was phenomenal. And it felt like it didn't take much to make phenomenal, just because they kind of already had the content. It's just how do you adapt that into a game where they also had the formula down of how to adapt things into, you know, the game, because they've been doing it for so long. It felt pretty refined. It was good. You know, what if they actually, what if they came back and made a remake of Half-Life? What if there was a Dead Space-styled remake of Half-Life? Would that be Pog? Gabriel, thank you. I feel like Half-Life is interesting. It's, kind of horror-ish near the beginning of the game. You know, not really, but it's certainly not like a cheery fucking experience, you know? Black Mesa. Oh, that's right, Black Mesa. I played a bit of Black Mesa. There was supposed to be, Wasn't there supposed to be updates to Black Mesa to kind of like flesh out the end of the game? Like it wasn't 100% complete. Not bad. Oh, it's been updated. Yeah, yeah. It's been a while since I've played Black Mesa. Yeah, I'm for whatever, man. Whatever I've played in the past that is kind of having, like, resurgence today, I'm for it. I'm not about, like, a lot of the new games. Not really my jam. I think the biggest, like, it was the Callisto Protocol in Space Marine 2 that I've been so, like, really wanting to play. And I played the Callisto Protocol. But now it's time for, like, Space Marine 2, you know? Space Marine 2 is going to be amazing. I don't think they can fuck up Space Marine 2. Unless the combat's terrible, or the game is too short. Space Marine 2, like, from what I've seen so far, looks amazing. It looks just a more crazy Space Marine, what's the word? It just looks like a crazier, Space Marine. Which, like, you can't go wrong with, you know? Combat, if it was like Souls, I mean, that'd be sick. I'm not really a big Souls fan, but imagine being like, yeah, a Space Marine going around with like Souls combat, fighting fucking Hive Tyrants and all these crazy Tyranid like bioforms. Like, yeah, man, that would be good. I could see that. Oh my god, Mordekaiser's still going in. I feel bad. I actually didn't think Mordekaiser would live. That was crazy. Good job. My bad. Like, the thing about Warhammer as well is it kind of serves kind of like a Souls-like combat, you know? It's like, how does a Space Marine captain fight a Hive Tyrant? Well, you're weaving and juking and running between its legs and smashing it with a giant hammer. It's like, the combat of 40k can be suited to like a Souls-esque game or a style of game. Not in all, you know, fights, but like in a lot of fights you can really translate it over. Anything melee oriented, right? Even in Warhammer Fantasy, like Warhammer Fantasy could be translated into a pretty cool Souls-like experience. But then again, a lot of universes could. It's very dually back and forth, weaving, juking, you know. Yeah, if you get hit by a weapon, you're basically dead either way, but... Nice. I don't really know about Armored Core. Well, plot armor moments don't really matter when you're making it. Like, it doesn't need to be canon, and Warhammer has so much bullshit in the universe anyways, like... You couldn't really replicate Warhammer 40k as a story in a Souls game. Maybe if you followed, like, the Horus Heresy or something, where, like, you knew people would die after you beat them. But you don't have to, you know? And there's, like, a million different things anyways to where you don't need named characters dying, because you can have, you know, second in command, third in command, no names kind of, like, being your fights. Of course, it would be crazy to fight, like, Ghazghkull Thraka as a fucking, like, Space Marine or something. Like, that'd be cool. But you know they can't die. And if they die, it's only for the sake of the game. Because they're not dead in lore, and they won't be dead in lore. I mean, look, people have a lot of ideas, man. There's a lot of ways you can go about certain things, but it's the money and the time and the effort and, you know, studios taking risks with things like that. They have a Soraka ult. I got him. Oh, not bad. He didn't use his Zonias, thankfully. We need Yeezus in here. What is that? What is Master Yi, man? What is that? What's that? Boinga, thank you. If Master Yi Qs, does that count? I wonder if he wins. Oh, almost. Dead. Oh. Oh, we got him still. We got a dragon or maybe Baron. Oh, we can't anymore. Well, I don't know. Necrons aren't very, Necrons are kind of boring. But then for 40k, they're kind of boring. Like, if you want to make the Necrons interesting, you need to give them a lot of, like, their technology versus just their basic troops, you know? You really got to include a lot of Necron stuff. Oh, okay. I think we lose that, but they can't really get Baron. Oh, no, I think they can because they have Soraka. Well, I think it's more so boring. They're not like... Necrons aren't exactly boring, it's just... Wait, where did he go? But you need to include their weird-looking things, right? Because how many times can you kill a space Terminator and have it be interesting? Maybe if it was more of a gameplay idea to kind of, like, dismember them like a fucking necromorph, because that's kind of how you would kill them anyways. Because the Necrons kind of don't die and they don't feel pain, so how do you kind of put them down outside of dismembering them? Like, that would be an interesting gameplay idea. For whatever they do, I mean, you should see them in Dawn of War, man. They don't fucking die. I mean, same thing with orcs. Although, you chop off an orc's head, it's dead. But you chop off a Necron's head, and it's like, alright, we're Gucci. Because orcs are pretty resilient. Those guys do not go down either. Same thing with Nurgle. Like, you know, playing the Callisto Protocol kind of gave me a different view on, like, what it would be like to kind of fight something like that. Because you view the Callisto Protocol enemies, and you're bashing them with, like, a melee weapon, but it takes, like, 10 to 15 hits to kill anything, and then you're thinking, like, okay, what if that was a Nurgle worshiper, or, like, a fucking, just anything else, you know? How many hits would it take to kill that? Like, of course, disintegrating them and doing crazy things is, obviously something that would put them out of their misery very quickly, but I think we could still fight. Oh, nice. Not bad. Who's alive? Oh, Silas lived. I'm not healthy enough. I could... I'm dead. Ooh. What about orcs swapping heads and bodies for fun? I mean, they do that. They also eat their dead. Orcs are kind of fucked up, but they're cool. There's a lot of formulas that could be adapted to just current systems. A lot of, like, skins, I guess you could say. A lot of skins could be on current, or not current, but previously done styles of games, you know? Well, it's also that orcs just don't feel pain, man. They're not dumb. They're not too dumb to die, but, like, I know what you mean. They don't really feel the pain, like others might. You should kill him. He's dead. How do you adapt orcs' economy into a game? Well, you just make teeth the currency, that's it. Just like any other boring currency system, it's like, you just make money with teeth. We can just end. No. Oh, nice. I'm alive. How am I alive? Oh, we won. Nice. I've played the Middle-earth games, yeah. Those are phenomenal. Crazy to think that, like, Battle for Middle-earth was a console game at one point, but they ported it from PC to console.